Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we are picking up this treasure from last time. Ooh, what did we get? Some sort of blade. That might be good for Alistair. We'll check later. We don't need to upgrade equipment on people, our party, at this very moment. Is there... It looks like I should be able to walk that way, especially looking at the map. But it does not seem like we can do that. Okay. The goal of this episode is to finish up the Kokari Wilds with our band of wild and crazy kids. Did I really just reference that? But I noticed we still have all these chests and trails. I thought we figured out what those were about last time, and it was about that. I thought those things were about the treasure we just picked up. They're not. They're for a different thing. So we have. Oh, lovely. Oh, we're getting attacked. We better do something about that. Yeah, just take out the enemies. That'll work. Just stun that guy. Get behind him. When you get stunned, it feels like you're stunned for a long time. But when you stun enemies, it's like you don't have much time to run around them and get backstabs. There is a passive ability we'll be getting. It's not, as top priority as a couple other things, but we'll get it soon, within a few levels. That will give us backstabbing at like a better angle. It'll increase the angle which we can backstab. It's good. Oh, okay, nice. We have enemies over here. These guys are pretty big. Oh, he activated the trap card. Well, I'm gonna come over here because this guy annoys me. Stun him. And there's our backstabs. Well, we got a 1 or 2 off there. Getting stuck on the train. Hey, we're a Master Warden. Whatever that means. It's probably for killing so many dark spawns. How did I not get this achievement before? It must be counting like all the dark spawn that I've killed across all my playthroughs of this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not looking up the achievement either. Someone else will do that in the comment section, I'm sure. And now we got some sort of ashes. And we've got people... See, this is why I should have got the trap making first, because then I would be able to detect these traps,
if they're even here.
And I could disarm these traps and get a bit of experience for doing so. That'll definitely be the next what's this skill we get? Skill? There's skills and there's talents. I can't keep track of which one is which. But the skills like the trap making, the combat training, coercion, those are things that rogues will get. Rogues will get 1 point of those for every 2 levels. Other classes get 1 point every 3 levels. And the talents, I usually refer to them as skills, talents or abilities, will be the things that you can get every single level. Hi. Cut that out. These darkspawn just kind of teleport in. Nice. Okay, can I finish looting your camp, please? Actually, one of our side quests is going to lead us back to this camp in a little while. Yeah, so we actually have... So we found the one treasure chest, but we have we actually have 3 more side quests to do here. And then, of course, you know, the main stuff we came for with the getting the treaties. I think we have all 3 of the vials of Darkspawn blood. I haven't been paying that close attention on this post-commentary of the items we've been picking up from the corpses of the Darkspawn. But that's where you get the vials from. Oh, and I think I picked up that flower we needed for the Mobari. We got that early on last night, and I was like blathering on about something and must have missed that. But yeah, we did get that. I just want to not trigger the cutscene that will progress things. I want to explore the rest of the wilds first. Fortunately, you actually have to search the treasure chest in order to... I want my crew up here. Crew, fight them. Please and thank you. You want to try and get as many enemies in that dual weapon sweep as you can. That's also where taunt is going to become helpful, because if all the enemies are like gathering around Alistair because he's taunting them, so they're more likely to attack him, then I can just come in and go do a weapon sweep and damage, get a whole bunch of damage on a lot of them. Neat little combo there. Once you press the A button to do a basic attack on an enemy, you don't have to keep pressing it over and over, but I like doing it because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something, you know? Like here, I'm like pressing the A button over and over. Everybody good? Everybody dead? Okay, let's go around and loot. We get... Oh, an enhanced dagger plus... I think we're gonna have that over our longsword. We're really not supposed to be using a sword with the style we're going with. We're gonna switch to that dagger. And some of them we're getting, like, these are very minor amounts of money. It's just copper. But again, it's more than nothing, and it will add up. And by the way, I did look up in the instruction manual, because this was still... I know it's Xbox 360, but we still had, like, old school instruction manuals with our games at this time. So I looked up in the instruction manual what that injury thing meant. It means that we're actually suffering penalties to our attributes. I'm guessing it's just kind of like across the board. So we're probably like doing less damage. We're not able to defend as much damage, and our health will go down quicker. Things like that. That can be cured by the use of an injury kit, which we probably have somewhere in our inventory. I haven't been paying too much attention to those. Or by like going back to camp or something. And then we have this thing. We can sprinkle the ashes, or we can do nothing. Well, we're not here to do nothing. Let's sprinkle ashes. And we summoned a boss. Gazareth? I think if I'm reading that correctly. Something like that. I totally forgot about this thing. I didn't fully remember or realize this thing was here. I don't think I was ready for this. I don't know if we're going to kill this thing. But anyways, notice how he's kind of focusing on Alistair, fortunately. That's just letting me get a bunch of backstab. That's a nice looking attack you got there. And notice how little damage Alistair's saying. Oh, well, it looks like he killed Jory or something. Or is that Davith at the bottom? I don't know. Seems like one of them died, like, right at the end there. I'm just glad he wasn't targeting Sagana. Alright, well, that was a thing that happened. And that was apparently one of the quests we could do while out here, one of the side things. I don't know if it was actually a listable quest, but it was something. Definitely something. Glad we did it. I don't know how much experience we got from that guy. That doesn't really matter. We get whatever experience we get, and we level up whenever we level up. That's kind of just how it goes in RPGs, right? But I do need to do some backtracking here.
What's this?
And we're actually... Yeah, I'm doing some backtracking because there's a section of the map we didn't explore back near the beginning. Because I thought it was going to just, like, beeline us to the ending area. Where we find the chest with the trees is where this is going to kind of end. And we have some wolves battling the darkspawn here. We just kind of beheaded that darkspawn, dang. So yeah, even though they were both kind of enemy characters to us, the darkspawn and normal woodland creatures weren't friendly with each other. We have a last will and testament, so we have another new thing to do. Ash Warrior's an axe. I wonder if I should give that to Alistair. If he'd be better with an axe or just a sword. I'll do some comparisons later, and off camera, I mean, and we'll check on that. So apparently there's another treasure for me to find, is what I'm reading about here. It talks about... I try reading this. I'm not going to be able to read this from a post-commentary editing standpoint here. But basically, it's leading us to the west to a campsite, and I'm wondering if that can't be referencing the chest that we picked up at the beginning of this episode that was between those two statues. It's not, by the way. But I'm wondering, like, what other chest is there, because we were already over there. Here's the thing, though. The treasure that's over there, that's being referenced here, won't actually appear until you get this letter thing. The last will and testament. It's talking about a lockbox. We didn't find a lockbox. That's what it is. It's a lockbox that they want us to take to someone. Someone in Denerim or Redcliffe? One of those two. So this will be a side quest that we can't fully finish right now. Actually, it's a side quest that has like a couple different possible outcomes. You'll see when we find the thing. But it's one of those things that won't appear, or the option to get it won't appear until you get the last will and testament and such. We still have more of those Chasen Trail signs, so we got more of those going on. We'll see what those are all about, too. We will be finishing up the Kokari Wilds today, though. But this is just me going into the menu again and checking the codex and checking this. Is just me being confused about the situation on why we didn't find it before. But the way the game's programmed, it's one of those things that won't appear until you have the quest telling you that it's there. So we just need to go back to the campsite. It is the same campsite that I'm thinking. I'm like, is there a different campsite we haven't been to that I don't know about that we're supposed to go to instead? But no, it is the same campsite we've been to already on the western side. Yeah, a lot of running around today. And this is also me getting confused in this big... Like I said last time, this Kokari Wilds ends up being bigger than what I remembered it being. And it is kind of a bigger open area, and you guys know how I fare with these sorts of things in 3D games. It's not well. If you're new to the channel, it's not well. I get lost very easily, so expect me to pull up maps fairly often. Though a lot of dungeons that we encounter in this game are going to be fairly simple and straightforward. See here, here's the thing, and here's where we can take the lockbox and just hang on to it and not open it. Or we could have opened the lockbox and taken the contents. I believe if you open the lockbox and take the contents, the side quest ends there. You're not able to return it to the person that's supposed to go to. I don't remember what's in the lockbox. I don't have a reason to violate this person's wishes, this dead person's wishes. So we're going to take the lockbox to the person it's supposed to go to, and who knows, maybe we'll get a better reward. Maybe the better reward would have been to open the lockbox and take what was in it. I don't know, because like I said, I'm not like really looking up all the details of every single side quest and whatnot. And as a result, I might still end up missing a side quest. I'm not guaranteeing that we're doing all the side quests or whatnot. I'm just going to do everything that I possibly can. But you guys know my philosophy about these games. My favorite games are games where I can just sit down and play the game and I don't have to stop and look up a whole bunch of information. So, and especially when I'm like recording and such, I want to be stopping and looking up information as little as possible. So I'm going to take the general approach of let's just pick up the controller, let's just play the game, and what happens, happens. The choices we make, the things we say, the outcomes we get is just going to be what we get. That's kind of the nature of Dragon Age Origins here. Like, we could play through this game a million times and try and get every single conversation outcome. It's not really worth it to do that. And a lot of things are like the main things of the game, like it doesn't really matter what you say. Like, it might change the conversation a little bit, but all the main things that are going to happen in the course of the game are still going to happen one way or another. And here's one of the things that we were being referenced to. We got some goodies here. Again, I'm comparing now. We have a two-handed hammer. A Wilds bow. Ooh, a helmet. That adds more fatigue. That might be one for Alistair or something. And we get some other crafting material and gems and stuff. So see, the chasm trail signs led us back to there eventually and spawned a treasure. So I guess that was worth doing. Alright, with that, I think we've done all the side questing that we can do in the Kokari Wilds. If I miss something, then I miss something. But we're going to progress with the story now. And do the thing that we're mainly supposed to be here to do. And I thought it was going to trigger if we get close enough to the thing. But you actually have to check that treasure. So before we check the treasure, I'm going to go up here and see if there's other treasure. And there's not. I'm disappointed. Can we go this way? Oh, we can actually run on this, but there's nothing else this way. Yeah, okay. Well then, check the treasure and trigger the cutscene. This doesn't look good.
Well, well. What have we here?
Uh-oh.
Are you a vulture, I wonder? A scavenger, poking amidst a corpse whose bones were long since cleaned? Or merely an intruder, come into these darkspawn-filled wilds of mine in search of easy prey?
That is a very... not very good covering
Scavenger
outfit.
Or intruder?
I have one like that. No, I don't. That would be really weird.
'Tis a tower no longer. The wilds have obviously claimed this desiccated corpse. I have watched your progress for some time. Where do they go, I wondered? Why are they here? And now you disturb ashes none have touched for so long. Why is that?
Don't answer her. She looks chastened, and that means others may be nearby.
Oh, you fear barbarians will swoop down upon you.
Yes, swooping is bad.
Swooping
She's a
is
witch of
bad.
the wild, she is. She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the Wilds.
If she wanted
Such
to attack
idle
us, though,
fancies, those legends.
wouldn't she have already
you
done
no
that
minds
instead of
of your
having a
own?
conversation
You
with
there.
us?
Women do not frighten like little boys. Tell me your name and I shall tell you mine.
Okay. Let's do that.
Now that is a proper civil greeting, even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan.
Yes,
Shall I guess your
Morrigan.
purpose?
I
You
remember
sought
her.
something in that chest?
Yeah, also,
Something
I
that
know who
is
this
here
is, so I'm
no
gonna
longer?
do this conversation a
no
bit differently.
longer.
But it doesn't really
You
matter.
stole them, didn't you?
It doesn't
You're
really matter
some
how this
kind of
conversation goes. The end
sneaky
result's gonna be the end
witch
result
thief.
anyways.
How very eloquent. How does one
Alistair.
steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for 'twas not I who removed them. Invoke a name that means nothing here any longer if you wish. I am not threatened.
Okay, so where are the documents? Do you know?
'Twas my mother, in fact.
Your mother.
Yes, my mother. Did you assume I spawned from a log?
A thieving, weird-talking log, perhaps.
Not all
Alistair.
in the wilds are monsters. Flowers grow as well as toads. If you wish, I will take you to my mother. 'Tis not far from here, and you may ask her for your papers if you like.
We should get those treaties, but I dislike this Morrigan's sudden appearance. It's too convenient.
Well, she said she was watching us like the whole time we were here. Why do you want to
not?
help us?
I do not meet many people here. Are you all so mistrustful?
Yes, I am a very mistrustful person.
She prefers her privacy, but I imagine she will be curious enough why you were here. Come, see for
Well,
yourself.
we're here for the treaties.
She'll
I guess
put
if
us
we
all
want
in
the
a
trees,
pot,
we
she
have to go
will.
with her.
Just you watch. If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'll be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
Yeah, I mean, we came here to get treaties. Let's at least try to get treaties. And if bad things happen, right? That's just kind of how it goes.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who...
I see them, girl. Much as I expected.
Are we supposed to believe you were expecting us?
You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her. Quiet, Davith. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There's
point.
a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your elven mind give you a different viewpoint? What do you believe?
What am I supposed to believe here?
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded witch of the wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon.
And these two have a really...
Did not come to listen to
Weird
your wild
relationship.
tales, Mother.
True, they came for their treaties, yes?
Also kind of weird
and before
themselves.
You begin barking, your precious seal wore off long ago. I have protected these.
You... Oh, you protected them.
And why not? Take them to your Grey Wardens and tell them this Blight's threat is greater than they realize.
Now, we could ask what she means by that, but she won't really explain. These are the type of people that they'll explain
Such manners.
what we
Always
already
in the
want
last place you
to,
look.
or what
Like
they want to,
Spartans.
like when they want to.
Oh, do not
So if
mind
they wanted to
me.
explain more about
You
what that
have
vague
what you
statement
came
meant,
for.
she would
Time
have
for you
already
to
done
go,
so.
then.
Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests.
Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
uh, Morrigan and Flemeth are pretty amusing too. Did they say her name's Flemeth? I may have spoiled that. Anyways, with that, we got the treaties, we got the vials of darkspawn blood, we did the side quest. We are pretty much done. Well, we are done in the wilds. We can go turn in our side quest for the Mulberry Hound. We got the herb to fix him. And, but we're going to do all of that stuff. Yeah, look at all these quest points we have. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to try and get the treasure as well. Now that it's dark, we might be able to do that. But we're going to do all that next time. We're going to drop a save here, and I will see you then.